everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay.
Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers.
Yes, between the Chicago
With that,
Bears
let's get up to
and
Charlotte.
the Carolina
Standing by
Panthers.
our broadcast team. Brandon Godwin.
Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the top here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gunn and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes. Because you got quarterbacks here, yes, they can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
The Panthers kicker, Graham Gano, set and ready to go as we are off from Charlotte. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback who grew up just outside of Cleveland on Lake Erie, Mitchell Trubisky. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. This one caught by Davis. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Only a couple for him here in the game's first play. That's second down. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
We often overuse the term heartlessly when we talk about a player being just that for his team, but not in the case of Kyle Long in Chicago. He's shown his ability to be a Pro Bowl guard, a Pro Bowl tackle, but it's his passion for the game, his passion for his teammates that sets the tone for the entire team.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Trubisky. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Eric Reed is a safety that you can use all over on defense, both in the box as a tackler and back deep as a cover man.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. From midfield down, here's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely won that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky, he gets this complete to Shaheem, the tight end.
The partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. It's a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And they'll give him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back, it's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit a square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They try a 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Now they caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first game.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, nicely bit off. A pretty decent game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
That's one of those who like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 5 yards on the play there, and the drive will continue. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
And we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. pistol. McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. From the gun, here's Newton. He can't get him down. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal with that if they decide to go that route.
And the 10-year bet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Panthers stay claim to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Davis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating and it allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? If there's a bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Eric Reed. He'll return it to the 24-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Now, they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's McCaffrey. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little game there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line. In pregame, get used to the ground shaking with those big behemoths trying to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On the second and inches, Newton, and they got the hook up. This is Olsen, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
To throw is Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So they had a big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now a run with McCaffrey. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On the gun on 3rd down, Newton. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 40, 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. So he missed his long field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says add no halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime.
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey,
but, writing down your essence.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Goddard. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton to his left. He'll run it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of can be and can. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Newton. Striding out of the pocket. But now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Newton, open man is Samuel, clean. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced him all the coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to Dolphins to front with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On first down, it's Newton. That's how he caught by Samuel. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Newton on first down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Newton. This will be caught at about the 5. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken as 4. We're going to take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Starting the second half of the run by McCaffrey. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're going a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on quarterback.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Newton airing it out for Olsen. And that lined up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And surprisingly, it is the first punt of the game for either team. Here comes Cohen. Officially, that will go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Trey Cullen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And plays like that exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe just a little inspirational speech, who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it will still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for the first. Now Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down to about the 23-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun. Newton, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Taking a shot for Samuel. This is taken in. It's complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Now, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. And he's got to look up to Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
A nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to carry the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 15 there. The Panthers have a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Guys have the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He's got to be out of bounds, and what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a minuscule gain, maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with an extra point. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keeps your assignments, let them run it in. They did.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And an important one that is, as we are tied now onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action. Trubisky. He's got Burton here. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him tweet there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point of attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run a wide receiver route to him. You can make him a primary target, and that's a hell-shredded defense.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender. I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Going to hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now it's Davis. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for 1st.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down now, it's Davis. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try to run forward with Cohen. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought it down at the 42. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Davis. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. But he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get with just under 90 seconds remaining. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. That's running out of steam and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range. Gave a chance to take the lead. They come up empty. And now you wonder, will the offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Carolina getting set to take the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Now Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
At this stage, you got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that time out to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Newton to throw. And an alley to run. That he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Newton. And his throw is incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They have a little bit of time here to get the field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now Davis. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of just a yard, that's a first down. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball that gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. McCaffrey on the counter. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Short game there to start overtime.
Almost a test play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
There's certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. The throw over the middle, take it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime of the opening drive. From the 50, Newton. He may try and run for this. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Their part 1 is done, now part 2. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. First throw in overtime now for Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The edge, Mario Addison gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, it didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now what can Trubisky do here in overtime? Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Paladino now, as he's on the punt for the first time this afternoon. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Chris Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And when you see numbers like this from a wide receiver of his caliber, does that mean that there maybe was a meeting on the sideline to say, hey, give me the ball a little bit more?
There probably is something to that because, let's face it, the best receivers I know, they say that every play. So they always want the football.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Newton. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT, Instead, it'll give them another shot on third down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure that the point.
They can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jonathan Bullard in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing, the O-line coach will.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Gotta be careful though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. They go play action with Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rashawn Golden. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to pump the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shot of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
This is McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Back to throw, Newton. And they got the hook up. This is Olsen. Yeah, he's out right at the 25. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs, they give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes the legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first and blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again, Newton. They're rolling out right. He can run for it, and he will. And the timeout coming in. There were just 7 seconds remaining in the extra session. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. One overtime, how about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Newton on the move to his left. They'll try and run it. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Looked at me like the adopter my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off from that.
This is caught. He hits low. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The end result, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board into the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, they run again. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Company is a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Two running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? guard the first down sticks, don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. This to win it in overtime. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And we will play on here in overtime. But when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision, and the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but it's going to leave you in a tough spot as well, because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. This is Davis. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Trubisky will throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make plays. When they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and Joes.
On first down, it's Cohen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out 2nd down. That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach said, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. It's caught. It's Miller. And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40.
Timing is everything, and they work us cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked into the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So 3rd down, you need to get to the 28 for first. On the carry, it's Davis. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. This will win it in overtime. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
And 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they move it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Newton now to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Newton can't find it. He lost the football. It's out. But I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder, maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here, field goal or a touchdown now. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offensive coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try to take the field goal out of it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. King Ridge short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up the sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Trubisky to throw. And it's been taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw got him a little too far, brings up 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gunn saying so long, everybody.
Right, then you have the Chicago Bulls and winners in overtime over the Carolina Panthers, 13-10. To end the stream, and I have one more game, one more live stream. So let me set that up, and I'll be right back.